All right, I'm currently on the line with Frances. She's another musician that reached out about the interview session. So I'm going to go ahead and give her the chance to introduce herself.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Frances, also known as Frankie. I'm in a band called Who's Cuter Now, and I've been a musician for over 20 something years, just doing the grind.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate it. Why don't we go ahead and talk about how this all started for you? Give me some details about what the environment was like when you first encountered music. What do you think it was that pulled you into it?
Oh, man. Ever since I was little, music was always something I loved dancing to. It was always around me, thanks to my parents. It was all kinds of music, R&B, um, classic rock. I was exposed to all kinds. So by the time I got to my teen years, I realized I didn't have anything I was good at doing, and everyone else around me was. And so all of a sudden, I picked up a random guitar that my parents bought me, pretty cheap acoustic, messed with it, and then just thought, wait a minute, I can make these sounds that I like listening to on my own. This is kind of cool. It's like a superpower. So then I told him I wanted to take guitar lessons, and I took them for 6 months, and yeah, it started there, and I just haven't stopped since. I've fell in love with making sounds and getting lost in that.
Okay, so it started pretty much, at random. You decided to just give it a try. You mentioned you did do private lessons. Did you participate in like school band at all?
Weirdly, I did not. I was a loner in high school, and I kind of just learned music on my own. I took lessons for 6 months, and then I stopped because I kind of was just over someone else teaching me what I should be learning, and then I just learned everything I know now off of songs and other musicians that I love, and I just kind of took their process and turned it into mine.
Sure. So that was going to be my next question. Did you kind of just
Oh yeah.
use like tabs, then learning off of songs that you like to kind of figure out what they were doing, and then emulate that process?
Absolutely. Yeah. I printed out so much tablatures off my printer, off ultimateguitar.com. And I learned,
Sure.
and back then in like 2003 to '06, when I was in high school, man, there was no tutorials on YouTube. YouTube was a baby. So I just had my iPod, and I would rewind the song and be like, okay, that's the note I need to find. Let's find it. And I just did it by ear.
All right, that's great. So tell me about the process from translating a developing skill set into writing with that. How do you feel the process was for you to begin writing your own material?
Oh man, the process, I had to let myself get into a very vulnerable position and know that all my songs are probably going to suck in the beginning and I just tried writing. And then the more I wrote, the better I got with the way I wanted my lyrics to sound and the way I wanted my music to actually sound. So in the very beginning, it was just pretty basic stuff, learning how progressions work, how to put the emotion that I was feeling into music the way I felt it. And over the years, I've started developing better skills at accessing what I needed from that.
Okay, and tell me a little bit about what those early dreams were. Did you imagine like a full rock band type lineup, or was it more the solo singer songwriter ambition?
Yeah, I wanted to be in an all girl rock or punk band in high school. That's still a dream. I would still like to do that, actually. I was inspired by the movie Josie and the Pussycats a lot, and I wanted that friendship with other females that are rock it out on stage, and never got that, but I have been in other bands that I've been proud of, and other ones I haven't been. And it's just an up and down process.
Sure. So let's talk a little bit about that process. You mentioned that you have been in and out of other bands. Tell me a little bit about like that process. How did you find those other bands? Was it just like band mix or looking on Facebook or Craigslist kind of thing? Or did it come to you a little bit more like in the scene naturally?
Yeah, it kind of came just from I met my one of my best friends at work randomly when I was coming out of high school, and he wanted to be in a band as well. And so we're like, well, let's just find other people at college and form something. And we tried it, and college guys, they can't commit. So it's like, okay, fine, let's do it as a duo. And then we did duo stuff for a long time and fell in love with folk music and thought, this is an easier way to do what we want to do and not rely on other people to show up all the time. And then after that got old and stale, I moved on and did other things where I met other people just basically online. I think someone hit me up through Bandmix once, and I got together with them for like a year or two. But it's mostly just through meeting friends and mutual friends. I think that's the best way to form a band than strangers.
Okay, so would you say that like most of your writing and your artistry has been more solo singer-songwriter than in a band environment?
No, I work better with another partner in the mix. I'm somebody who can get in my own head too much. And so I really love bouncing ideas off of at least one or two other people in the mix. Because even to this day with my new band, I'm always like, is this, transition okay? Should we do something else? Like I'm the one that's open to ideas all the time instead of saying it's got to be my way. So I
Okay,
love
sure.
I love the back and forth process of that.
Okay, so let's kind of talk about where that kind of brings you up to through all that process of joining bands and having them fall apart and everything. Obviously, you're still at it and still making music. What is your current band like? Give me a little bit of detail about what that is.
Oh, my current band is called Who's Cuter Now. It's a Simpsons reference for the Simpson lovers out there. It's very freeing to be in this band, and I say that because the previous band I was in, it turned into like a bedroom. I was a bedroom artist. Like we basically made stuff, sending stuff back and forth, and then we would put it out, which was fine. But I was craving like that back and forth between friends that you only get through live. And that's what this band was doing. We found a couple other people to play with us, me and my friend, and it's just been freeing to work with people who don't fight you on stuff and you're on the same page all the time miraculously. It's fun to hear my ideas come to fruition in a way I heard in my head, with very talented very talented bassist and drummer behind us doing that. And this has actually like been the easiest band I've been in a long time. It's been really weird and crazy and cool.
That's great. So it sounds like you guys are doing really well writing together. Are you guys like in the
Yeah.
studio putting material out or kind of just flushing out what you want to record? To give me a little bit of detail about what you guys are up to.
Yeah, for sure. We just put out an EP a few weeks ago, all over Spotify and all the streaming services. It's called the Are We All In EP. It's 5 songs that we made earlier in the year. But since then, I've already written with them like a bunch of new songs that we just can't wait to record. Hopefully next year we'll get on that. And that's what's been cool about this band is since I haven't been confined to a certain way of writing, and it's kind of all the songs kind of have just been falling out weirdly. Like all of a sudden next week I'll be like, I have a new song idea, and then me and my friend will get together for an hour, and then we're like, shit, we finished it. Like we didn't expect to, but it's done. So I will say our poor drummer's like, another new one. Another one. I have to figure more stuff out. But we all love the way the music's coming out, and people have been responding really well to it. So we're pretty excited.
Sure, that's great. So that you got right at the end there, you hit right where we were going with that. Tell me about the shows you've been doing. How's that been going?
Oh, they've been pretty sick. We've really met a lot of cool bands late last year and early this year that have become really good friends of ours who took a chance on us because we've only been a band for like about a year. So nobody had to book us for their stuff. But yeah, they were very kind. And so far at the shows, everyone's been complimenting us really well and wanting more of our songs on their iTunes or iPhone, whatever they listen to. And then just last Sunday, we made our own music festival that happened, which was pretty crazy. So we actually got sick of promoters reaching out to us doing the pay to play system. And for those out there who don't know what that is, they tell bands, hey, do you want to play like at the Whiskey A Go Go or House of Blues or somewhere cool like that? Great. You just have to sell this many tickets. And then if you don't, you pay us out of pocket for the rest. And then you get like 30 minutes to play. which is bull. So we were like, well, let's make our own music festival with other emo bands that fit our genre, and we won't charge our bands to play. We'll get them paid, actually, at the end of the night. And it was pretty successful. We're like about 100 people showed up. We had 8 bands play. Everyone had 40-minute sets. And it was really overwhelming, but pretty cool to see that we don't need corporations and greedy promoters to make a successful night of music.
Okay, and we'll get the name of that festival once we do social media tags and everything. But tell me a little bit about the difficulties of get that going. What sort of obstacles did you find that you had to get over in order to set up a festival like that?
One of the big hurdles I would say is getting the bands to commit. So even though we met a lot of cool bands that committed right away and they showed up and they're good, there were a few that were like, you know what, all of a sudden this other thing happened and I can't go. And it was like 2 weeks before the festival. And I'm like, okay, great. This is where the pressure and stress comes in. And then we had another big band that was supposed to play. And then they were, not to put them down, I won't give their name, but they were just being major douchebags about the whole thing and just not cooperating. And all the other bands were not feeling them either. And just, you really start to see who the good bands are out there that are friendly and want to help you succeed and help them succeed and be a part of the project, and versus the ones who are greedy and are used to the way the music business is. And our point of this festival and what all the other shows we're going to do from now on is going against the grain on that and making sure that all bands are treated equal. And we're going to get rid of the idea of a headliner at our shows. There's no headliner. We're all the same. And we all are here for the same reason.
That's great.
So part of the, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was just saying part of the problem was just dealing with some of the bands who aren't used to that, I guess, and just wanted to be a part of the problem. Yeah.
As usual, the major obstacle is people.
Exactly.
All right, so that's great. We'll get the name of the festival and everything here in a moment. But before we go there, what do you think is something that has helped you stay motivated to continue to make music?
The feeling I get when I make a song, whether I record it, whether I play it live, it doesn't matter. I just like making music, and the song may not even turn into a real song. It may just be an idea, but it's like a magical feeling that I get from it. That it's almost like a high of some kind, which is, I don't know how you want to describe that, if it's good or bad, but it's just a miraculous feeling. And I teach guitar during the day. So that's something I try to give to my students, that feeling that they can access, where it's like making music is the one freeing thing you can do without anybody telling you it's wrong. And it's a crazy cool feeling.
I totally agree. All right, so let's have your social media links and then the name of your festival, where people can find that and look into it.
Yeah, if you want to follow my band, we're at Who's Cuter Now Band on Instagram, on the YouTube, TikTok, everywhere. The festival is called Sincerely Emo Fest, at Sincerely Emo Fest if you want to follow us. We're planning on doing it again next summer. So definitely keep an eye on that for band announcements and stuff if people are interested. And if you want to reach me personally, my Instagram is at FUKIN Frankie, which I don't know if I could say it out loud, but
I don't mind. I always flag these for explicit content no matter what, so don't worry about that.
Okay, cool. No worries.
All right. Well, I always like to give the person I'm interviewing the opportunity to put out their last word. So what's a message that you have that you want other people to hear?
Mostly in regards to music, but in regards to anything else, don't let anyone stop you from doing what you think you can do. When I tell people that I made a festival, they're like, how'd you get that happening? It's remarkably not that hard. You just partner up with somebody and you just do what you want, or do it by yourself. Do what you want to do. The only one that stands in your way is you.